Throughout ancient history, Native American tribes played pivotal roles in shaping the cultural and historical landscapes of the Americas. While many tribes are celebrated for their rich traditions, resilience, and contributions, some were particularly feared for their warrior cultures and formidable battle tactics. With every victory, their influence grew, spreading fear among neighboring tribes. In an era where survival was often a daily struggle, the quest to conquer new territories and expand settlements was relentless. A handful of tribes rose to prominence through acts of bravery and sheer ruthlessness. When they weren't fighting other tribes for land and resources, they fiercely resisted the U.S. government's attempts to force them onto reservations. Led by fearless chiefs, these tribes gained infamy across neighboring towns, villages, and camps. Their advanced combat tactics, unrivaled organization, and relentless spirit made them legendary. In this video, we'll explore 5 of the most feared Native American tribes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more exciting content. The America we know today is vastly different from the times when native tribes dominated the land. Resources were scarce, and life was a constant battle for survival in harsh environments. As tribes expanded outward in search of food and land, conflicts became inevitable. Intertribal warfare was common, and skilled warriors were the most valuable members of any tribe. Some tribes earned their fearsome reputation through consistent success in battle, holding their ground with precision and brute force. Their exploits earned them widespread notoriety, making them feared by both fellow tribes and colonial forces alike. One such tribe was the Comanche, who once roamed the vast southern plains of North America, spanning much of present-day Texas, Colorado, and Kansas. Renowned for their mastery of horsemanship and strategic warfare, the Comanche were a force to be reckoned with. Initially, they were a nomadic people focused on hunting buffalo and providing for their families. However, their fate changed with the arrival of the Spanish. Through interaction with the Spaniards, the Comanche learned the invaluable skill of horseback riding, which became central to their dominance in mounted warfare. Armed with this new expertise, the Comanche rose to power during the Indian Wars, using their deep knowledge of the plains and exceptional horse riding skills to conquer lands and terrify their enemies. Their lightning-fast raids on settlements, during which they seized horses, livestock, and captives, became legendary. Equipped with bows, lances, and tomahawks, they attacked with deadly precision from horseback. One of the most iconic figures in Comanche history is Quanah Parker, a visionary leader who guided his people through a period of great upheaval in the late 19th century. His strategic brilliance and unwavering commitment to his people's survival cemented the Comanche legacy as formidable warriors of the Southern Plains. Despite facing powerful adversaries, whether Spanish, Mexican, or American, the Comanches' resilience in battle earned them a lasting reputation as one of the most feared Native American tribes in history. Their legacy as fierce defenders of their homelands and traditional ways of life continues to inspire awe today. Among these legendary tribes was the Apache, a coalition of smaller groups bound by their shared struggle for survival and a common language. The Apache were renowned as tenacious warriors who inhabited the southwestern United States long before the U.S. government forcibly displaced them. Like their Comanche neighbors, the Apache were hunter-gatherers who relied heavily on buffalo hunting as a primary food source. The tribe was made up of various bands, including the Cherokee, Jicarilla, and Mescalero, all of whom spoke dialect. During the harsh winter months, when hunting became difficult, the Apache often raided neighboring tribes to survive. However, they also traded with the Pueblo Indians, sometimes even spending winters among them. For the most part, the Apache sought to live in harmony with their neighbors, until everything changed when the Mexicans and Spaniards began encroaching on their lands. As the Apache adopted new practices, such as horseback riding from these outsiders, tensions rose. Conflicts erupted with once friendly tribes like the Pueblo, and they found themselves fending off attacks from the Comanche and Tejas Indians. The Apache soon became a formidable force among the southwestern tribes, but their most famous battles were against the Mexicans and Americans. These clashes defined their reputation as relentless warriors who fought fiercely to defend their territories from encroaching settlers. Utilizing their intimate knowledge of the rugged terrain and mastering hit-and-run tactics, The Apache outmaneuvered much larger and better equipped enemies for centuries. From the scorching deserts of Arizona to the rugged mountains of New Mexico, the Apache fought with unmatched courage and determination to protect their ancestral lands. One of the most iconic figures in Apache history is Geronimo, a leader whose defiance in the face of overwhelming odds made him a symbol of resistance. Throughout the 19th century, Geronimo skillfully evaded capture by U.S. forces, becoming a legend for his unwavering spirit. Although he eventually surrendered, his legacy of resilience inspired his people to continue resisting superior U.S. forces for years. The story of Geronimo and the Apache tribe remains a powerful testament to their unyielding fight for survival and freedom. The Apache people fought valiantly against national forces for many years, earning a reputation as fearsome warriors among both their enemies and neighboring tribes. Their expertise in guerrilla warfare, which they employed skillfully against national troops, became a source of fear and admiration. These tactics helped them garner respect across the Southwest, solidifying their place in history as one of the most formidable Native American tribes. Meanwhile, the Sioux tribe left an indelible mark on the vast Great Plains of North America. Known for their courage, strategic brilliance, and fierce resistance against encroaching forces, the Sioux were led by visionary leaders like Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. These iconic figures united the tribe in defense of their lands against the U.S. government's expansionist ambitions. Under their leadership, the Sioux assembled one of the largest and most sophisticated armies in Native American history. This formidable force was a significant obstacle to U.S. expansion. The Sioux's most famous victory came at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, where they decisively defeated General George Armstrong Custer and his cavalry. This moment, often referred to as Custer's Last Stand, remains one of the most iconic battles in Native American history. However, the legacy of the Sioux resistance is not confined to this single event. Names like Red Cloud, Sitting Bull, and Crazy Horse are still remembered today for their courage and leadership. What makes the Sioux resistance particularly compelling is their once friendly relationship with the U.S. government. The Treaty of Fort Laramie, signed in 1868, established the Great Sioux Reservation, promising the Sioux people ownership of their lands. However, as U.S. interests in expansion grew, so did the conflict. The Sioux's shift from treaty partners to fierce adversaries highlights the complex and often tragic history of Native American resistance during this era. Everything changed for the Sioux when gold was discovered in the Black Hills, a sacred mountain range on their lands. This discovery set off a wave of relentless attacks from unruly prospectors, foreign settlers, and the U.S. government, all eager to claim the land for themselves. Despite their eventual defeat and forced relocation onto reservations, the Sioux's legacy as fearless defenders of their homeland and way of life remains powerful. Their bravery and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds continues to inspire admiration, serving as a reminder of the enduring spirit of Native American resistance. As the Sioux fought fiercely to protect their territory, they achieved several notable victories, with their fame spreading far and wide. They became synonymous with Native resistance, their warriors feared for their skill and tenacity. One of the most infamous events was the Grattan Massacre, in which Sioux warriors killed 31 American soldiers. This incident sparked a series of conflicts that escalated into full-blown warfare between the Sioux and the U.S. government. For decades, the Sioux and their various subgroups fought fiercely against U.S. expansion, always prepared for battle. Their massive army of well-trained and well-armed warriors defended the tribe at every turn. With each victory, their reputation grew, becoming a force that the U.S. government approached with great caution. Meanwhile, in the northeastern United States and Canada, the Iroquois Confederacy formed a powerful alliance that would leave an indelible mark on history. Comprised of the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca nations, the Iroquois were renowned not only for their fierce warriors but also for their sophisticated political organization, which reshaped the balance of power in the region. The Iroquois leadership were masters of diplomacy and experts in forming strategic alliances, becoming an unstoppable force when they combined this with their military prowess. The Iroquois Confederacy is renowned for its numerous battlefield victories throughout the 16th century. At different times in history, they forged powerful alliances with the French, the English, and the Americans, demonstrating their ability to navigate complex political landscapes with remarkable skill. The Iroquois Confederacy was far more than just another tribe. They excelled in both diplomacy and warfare, a combination that made them formidable and widely respected. Their mastery of these two arenas set them apart, earning them the envy of their peers and neighboring tribes, none of whom could pose a significant challenge to their dominance in the northeastern region. Throughout history, there are several key moments that highlight the influence and achievements of the Iroquois people. Their strategic acumen and military success left a lasting imprint on the history of the region, solidifying their legacy as one of the most powerful Native American confederacies ever formed. During the American Revolution, the Iroquois Confederacy found itself divided, with some factions siding with the British and others aligning with the Americans. This internal split was a rare moment in their otherwise strategic and unified history. In the 17th century, during the Beaver Wars, their well-chosen alliances helped them navigate the fighting and devastation, ensuring their survival and continued dominance. Even during the colonial era, they skillfully forged ties with both the British and the French, showcasing their diplomatic prowess. The Iroquois' constant lobbying and adept use of diplomacy meant they could call upon their allies whenever they faced superior opposition. This gave them the confidence to expand their territory in the Northeast, knowing they had the organizational strength and resources to persevere. While the Iroquois were not known for brutality, they commanded immense respect and built a formidable reputation as a tribe that combined diplomacy, military strategy, and resilience to great effect. Among America's first peoples, few names command as much renown and dread as the Cherokee, masters of the vast Appalachian territories in the Southeast. From ancient times, they dominated present-day Tennessee, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, the Cherokee fiercely defended their ancestral lands against relentless encroachment by European settlers and American forces. Time and again, they demonstrated extraordinary bravery, resilience, and ruthlessness in the face of overwhelming odds. Cherokee warriors were stationed in every hill town and river valley, ever ready to defend their birthright lands with blood if necessary. One of their earliest and most significant conflicts erupted when British colonists from the Carolina province constructed a fortified garrison deep in Cherokee territory, naming it Fort Prince George. The Cherokee would not tolerate this incursion and knew that the only way to express their defiance was through battle. For 2 years, they waged a relentless guerrilla campaign against Carolina militias, led by the legendary war chief Okanosoda. With a force of over 500 men, he stormed the fort and drove out the settlers, earning him immense praise and increasing respect for the Cherokee from neighboring tribes. The Cherokee were known for their swift and ruthless reprisals against any threats to their territorial integrity. Whenever colonists tried to expand beyond agreed borders, Cherokee raiders would strike without mercy. One of the more infamous chapters in their history was the attacks on frontier settlers at the onset of America's War of Independence in 1775. The warrior chief Dragging Canoe was another renowned Cherokee leader who specialized in ambush tactics. He would lay traps for militia units escorting supply trains through Tennessee's rugged backcountry, burning wagons and leaving scalped frontiersmen in his wake. His legendary ambush at the 1776 Battle of Nolichucky River against General William Cox's forces remains one of the most vivid examples of Cherokee resistance. Though the Cherokee demonstrated remarkable resilience and tactical brilliance, they would eventually face a tragic fate. In 1838, under the forced Indian removal policies of President Andrew Jackson, the Cherokee were presented with grim choices: surrender to U.S. terms or face extermination. In an attempt to avoid further bloodshed, the Cherokee signed a removal treaty, which led to one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Trail of Tears. Despite this tragic end, the bravery and resistance of the Cherokee left an indelible mark on early American history. The stories of the Cherokee, like those of the other Native American tribes discussed today, are tales of relentless bravery, fierce defense of land, and survival against insurmountable odds. Though they committed many grievous acts in the heat of battle, It was the only way they knew to survive in a fiercely competitive era. And with that, we bring today's video to a close. We hope you enjoyed it. Please tap the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Thank you for watching.